Hello, today I'm going to read you some very short stories about some amazing women and their achievements in sport. The book is called Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. Lella Lombardi, Italy, Formula One driver. Once there was a girl who liked to help her father deliver meat in their van. Every time they had a delivery, she would jump into the driver's seat and her father would time her. Her name was Maria Grazia, but everybody called her Lella. Lella was so good at driving that she set a new record with each delivery. Everyone in town got used to seeing the Lombardi's van driving at full speed down the hills with salami bouncing around in the back. When she turned 18, Lella used all her savings to buy a used racing car and started racing professionally. When her parents read in a newspaper that she had won the Formula 850 championship, they weren't really surprised. Lella didn't care that she was always the only woman in the race. She just drove as fast as she could to become a Formula One racing driver. Her first attempt was a flop. She didn't even qualify. But the next year, she found a good manager, a sponsor, and a fantastic car, white with the Italian flag on the nose. During the Spanish Grand Prix, Lella finished sixth, becoming the first ever female driver to score points in a Formula One race. Despite her success, her team decided to hire another driver, a man, and Lella realized that Formula One still wasn't ready to accept women drivers. She continued to race all her life. No other female driver has yet beaten her Formula One record. Amna Al-Haddad, UAE, weightlifter. Once upon a time, there was a journalist named Amna. Amna was not happy. She was overweight and unfit. One day, she said to herself, "You can do much more than this. Just do something. Go for a walk." And that's what she did. She enjoyed her walk so much she wanted to do more. She ran long distances. She sprinted. She started to work out at the gym. When she discovered weightlifting, she knew this was the sport for her. Amna's life changed when the International Weightlifting Federation allowed Muslim women to compete in a unitard, an outfit that covers all skin. She started competing in Europe and America and became an icon for Muslim girls across the world. "I like being strong," says Amna. "Being a girl does not mean you can't be as strong as a boy, or even stronger." She liked weightlifting so much that she started training for the Olympic Games in Rio. She thinks everyone should find a sport they like and practice it. "Whatever your age, religion, or ethnicity, sport is good for everyone," she says. "It creates peace and it unites nations. No matter what the challenges are, never walk away from your dream. The more you persist, the closer you are going to get to your goals. When things get tough, just get tougher." Mary Kom, India, boxer. Once upon a time in India, there was a little girl called Mary. Mary's family was very poor and struggled to put food on the table. Mary wanted to help her family live a better life, so she decided to become a boxer. One day, she boldly walked up to the coach in a boxing gym. "Will you train me?" she asked. "You're too tiny," he said. "Go away." But when the coach finished for the day, he found her still waiting for him by the gate. "I want to do this. Put me in the ring," she said to him. Reluctantly, he took her on, and she started training hard. She started competing and won many fights. But she hadn't told her parents. She didn't want to worry them. One day, her dad read about her in a newspaper. "Is this you?" he asked, worried. "Yes," said Mary proudly. "What if you get hurt?" her mother asked. "We don't have the money for doctors." "I will work hard, save as much as I can. Don't worry," Mary replied. She slept in hostels, ate vegetables and rice because she could not afford meat, skipped breakfast because she only had money for lunch and dinner, and she became a champion. Her parents watched her fights on TV. Mary won medal after medal. She even won a medal at the Olympics. She made her village proud and was able to provide for her family, just like she had dreamed when she was a child. Simone Biles, USA gymnast. Once there was a girl who could fly. Her name was Simone Biles. Simone Biles was a gymnast, the greatest in American history. When Simone took to the mat, people couldn't take their eyes off her. She was so fast, so strong, so flexible, so agile. She flew through the air with such grace and speed, twisting and turning and landing perfectly each time. Simone started gymnastics when she was just 6 years old. By the time she was 18, she had already won so many medals that when she traveled to Rio for the Olympics, everyone expected her to win not one, but 5 medals. One day, a journalist asked her, "How do you deal with that kind of pressure?" "I try not to think about it. Right now, my goal is to be more consistent on the uneven bars." "What about the goal of winning a gold medal?" "A medal cannot be a goal," Simone replied, smiling. "It's like my mom always says. If doing your best means you come out on top, that's awesome. If it means that you finish fourth, that's awesome too." Simone's mom adopted her when Simone was 3. She taught Simone that staying humble and doing your best is the only way to live a meaningful life and to inspire everyone around you. At the Olympics in Rio, Simone won 5 medals, 4 of them gold. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Good night.